बराह रास्त लिए चलते हैं आपको डेवोस, जहां पर वज़ीर आज़म नवाज शरीफ इशाइये से खिताब कर रहे हैं।
Of the poor. We are cognizant of the need for a comprehensive and contemporary policy framework that supports macroeconomic stability. We are well aware that international investors need stable markets backed by clear and consistent policies. We are committed to maintaining an enabling policy framework to attract foreign direct investment. Our government realizes that the fact that nations rise when they ascribe to a shared vision of their people for prosperity and development. I am glad to share that we were able to identify common aspirations of the Pakistani nation in the form of Pakistan's Vision 2025. It serves as a comprehensive strategy for achieving sustainable growth. It maps Pakistan to join the top 25 economies in the world, leading to upper middle income country status by 2025. The economy is targeted to grow over 8% between 2018 and 2025, inshallah, while maintaining a single-digit inflation. As a result of sustained commitment to reform, key economic indicators have improved since our government was elected in 2013. Over the past 3 years, we managed to bring down the fiscal deficit from 8.6% to 4.2%, increase tax to GDP ratio from 9.8% to 12.4%, and investment to GDP ratio from 14.9% to 15.2%. We have contained inflation, which touched 1.6% in October 2015 and has remained well under 3% since then. Prudent financial and fiscal management enabled the central bank to bring the policy rate to a multi-decade low. Industrial sector showed remarkable performance and registered a growth of 6.8% during 2015 and 2016. It is poised to do even better this year and onwards. The consumer market in Pakistan is growing at a very fast pace. The consumer demand of automobiles, housing, and electronics is thriving and providing considerable returns to the corporate sector. The services industry, particularly telecommunication, hospitality, and online retails, are fast growing into attractive areas for investment. Pakistan is emerging as an expanding market for US and European products. With a fast-growing middle class, increasing urbanization, growing popularity of international food products, and a rising number of international food chains, Pakistan is poised to become a major destination for international businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, our government has devised a comprehensive plan to create investment-friendly environment. We have liberalized investment policies to welcome foreign investments. We offer incentives to attract new capital inflows, including tax exemptions, tariff reductions, infrastructure, and investor facilitation services. Our investment policy 2013 focuses at reducing the cost of doing business in Pakistan, improve ease of doing business with creation of industrial clusters and special economic zones to attract foreign direct investment. And all this is protected by legislation. In the energy sector, liberal and transparent policy is in place for investors. Government provides necessary support infrastructure with water, power evacuation, and access to locations of generation projects. Apart from thermal power, Pakistan also carries huge hydropower potential of almost 100,000 megawatts. Basic investment in land acquisition and social overhead capital for some of these projects has already been made, and an early start cutting down on period of non-productive investment has been made possible. Pakistan's telecommunications industry holds tremendous potential for growth, investment and development. Pakistan has just passed through the first phase of telecom revolution. Emerging technologies coupled with transparent and liberal licensing policy provides a good launching pad for more investments in this sector. Pakistan possesses huge potential to become a manufacturing and exporting hub of the auto industry for renowned original equipment manufacturers of the world. Local automobile companies and the auto part vendors have attained excellence in some fields and are at par with the global standards. There is room for further development for vendors to scale up their production with the cutting-edge technology and emerging trends in the international automobile market. Distinguished guests, Pakistan is the fourth largest milk-producing country in the world, with significant potential for setting up processing units for local consumption and exports. Pakistan also has the third largest livestock population, and our meat demand is growing at 6% per annum. The recent decision of Dutch leaders in this sector to invest $460 million in a local food and dairy processing industry is a testament of this potential. We have eliminated minimum initial capital investment requirements for all sectors. There is no minimum requirement for the amount of foreign equity, investment or upper limit on the share of foreign equity allowed except in the airline, banking, agriculture, and media sectors. Foreign investors in the services sector may retain 100% equity. Foreign companies are allowed to repatriate 100% profits. In the social and infrastructure sectors, 100% foreign ownership is allowed. The raw materials, plants, and machinery for agriculture and agro-based industries can be imported without customs duty. There is no restriction on payment of royalty and technical fee. The tourism, housing, construction, and information technology sectors have been granted industry status, which makes them eligible for lower tax and utility rates. Similarly, tourism services such as airlines, hotels, resorts, and road transportation provide unique business avenues to investors. Pakistan Stock Exchange has been created to lower fragmentation of the market and bring it at par with global markets. The benchmark index PSC 100 crossed 49,000 in January 2017 and is touching new heights. Recently, 40% strategic shares of Pakistan Stock Exchange was sold to a Chinese consortium. This divestment is the first such sale in a bourse in the regional markets, and it also marks first venture of Chinese bourse outside China. The State Bank of Pakistan and Securities and Exchange Commission continue to improve regulatory environment and oversight of financial and capital markets. Distinguished guests, let me also draw your attention to Pakistan's strategic location on Asia's premier trade, energy, and transport corridor. It is also the gateway to the energy-rich Central Asian states, the financially liquid Gulf states, and the economically advanced Far Eastern economies. China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is a key regional initiative for connectivity and shared prosperity of nations. It is in partnership with China as part of One Belt, One Road vision of President Xi Jinping. Pakistan, located at the intersection of three engines of growth in Asia, South Asia, China and Central Asia is uniquely positioned to become a hub to connect a population of over 3 billion in these regions. Under CPC, which means China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, a portfolio of over $55 billion is already being implemented. Investment of more than $35 billion in the energy sector is being implemented. Apart from energy, road and rail infrastructure, industrial parks and economic zones, and a state-of-the-art deep-sea port at Gawada gives the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor the potential of changing the destiny of the people in this region and beyond. The corridor will substantially shorten transportation distances between Africa and Middle East to Central and South Asian regions. CPEC would connect the port of Gawada to Kashgar. It will not only connect Pakistan to China, but also provide connectivity to Central Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, international economic agencies are upgrading ratings for the financial and economic stability of Pakistan. And as earlier expressed by my friend here, the Standard & Poor has upgraded its forecast of average annual GDP growth from 4.7% to 5%. World Bank forecasts a GDP growth rate of 5.2% in 2016-17. And S&P also expects Pakistan's debt to fall below 60% of GDP by 2018. It has upgraded Pakistan's long-term credit rating to B with a stable outlook. In a recent survey by American Business Council of Pakistan, 78% of US investors plan to invest in Pakistan, while 83% showed optimism about long-term economic landscape of the country. FDI in Pakistan grew by 328% in December on a month-on-month comparison basis. The momentum is likely to sustain and even better as economic growth unleashes new opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, we are facing challenges, whether living in developed or developing countries. It is in forums such as World Economic Forum at Davos that we need to think hard. We must prevent globalization from being trashed because of rising surge of negative publicity and shrill slogans of nationalism and protectionism. We in the 21st century cannot abandon our commitment and attachment to the core principle of representative democracy and a market economy. We must strive to empower the largest number of our citizens by honoring our pledges to make a difference. However small in their lives, we have to do that. This is what we are doing in Pakistan. We are working to ensure the rule of law in the country while making the democratic institutions stronger and more relevant in all aspects of our governance. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying that Pakistan, with its sixth largest population in the world, 80 million middle class, blessed with rich human and natural resources, strategically located, politically stable, offering attractive investment policies in a destination no global player can miss. Pakistan is set on track for sustainable growth, inshallah, and I invite you to take benefit from the economic revival of Pakistan and enjoy the first mover's advantage. Pakistan is ready to do business with the world, and I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Naqvi Saab, for your hospitality.
बरह रास्त मनासिर आप देख रहे थे डेवोस से, जहां पर वज़ीर आज़म मियां मोहम्मद नवाज शरीफ ईशाइये से खिताब कर रहे थे। इस खिताब के दौरान वज़ीर आज़म नवाज शरीफ ने कहा कि अमन के बगैर तरक्की ख्वाब होती है। इसके साथ साथ वज़ीर आज़म ने यह भी कहा कि दुनिया के दीगर पुरअमन ममालिक की तरह पाकिस्तान भी पुरअमन है। हुकूमत जब संभाली 2013 में तो मुल्क बिजली के बहरान से दो चार था और अपने दौरे हुकूमत में बिजली के बहरान पर काबू पाया। आज पाकिस्तान की मईशत बेहतर हो रही है। इसके साथ साथ वज़ीर आज़म ने यह भी कहा कि नए चैलेंजेस का सामना करने के लिए आलमी इत्तेहाद की बहुत ज़रूरत है।